there you have that comments are coming from all of those, and that comes after the military released that statement, and then this one. Oh dear, what do you make of this?
Well, first, all Nigerians are watching this, and Nigerians are extremely, very, very depressed. And for those of us in the labor movement, the Yanya attack, bombing attack, even made us to be much more aggrieved, because that singular attack in Yanya was directed against working people. The leadership of the Nigeria Labour Congress, as well as that of TUC, visited the hospitals. And by the time we took the inventory, virtually most of the victims were working people. And if you look at the timing of the attack, it was directed against those people going to work as early as possible. So, what I want to say here is that I think all of us as Nigerians were quite diminished with this serial decimation of our people. And as you said, we're just about to take stock. I think they just released the list of most of the victims of Yanya, And when you look at that list, it was all inclusive. It's all Nigerians at play. Interestingly, anonymous Nigerians who do not carry big names, but at least they publish their names. They are all human beings, and we know who they are. So all of us should be sober, we should be in fact, ideally, I expect us to declare national money, but this, we are just taking stock of this only to hear of the abduction of 127 female students of the community school in Borno. And we were also excited yesterday to hear the report that a good number of them had been rescued. Nigerians already say, well, we've turned a new leaf in terms of rescue mission, only to hear the big bang that the more you see, the less you understand, because apparently it wasn't true. And for me, in all this, it shows that if we keep on operating separately, I think we'll be defeated separately with this violence. And I think I can see it coming up.
If we keep on
operating separately at all level,
separately.
yes. I think this is the time for national introspection. This is the time for unity of purpose at all levels. The luxury of partisanship, should give way to serious commitment of statesmanship, especially on the part of those people who are ruling us. And I saw your last engagement with my very good friend, the spokesman for Adamawa, Ahmed
Sajo.
Even the language of agitation, the way he was talking, doesn't reflect national mood. I think we need more sobriety at all levels.
He says he's agreed because they felt left out. I
get
they
the point.
should have been involved in that meeting.
Absolutely, I understand his grief, but the real test of statesmanship is even your response when you are grieved. We can't do fire for fire, because we had enough fire, against all of us, in which we are counting body bags. I think we need some sobriety. And I think at the end of the day, the burden is on President Jonathan. Because at the end of the day, he's the number one man, is the one, after Almighty God, is the one that must speak for us in all these issues.
I think Chamberlain...
and I'm saying this because the president's speech, don't forget I'm also a delegate to the national conference. And this president's speech was well acknowledged by everybody, regardless of the divide, for his statesmanship. He called for inclusiveness, consensus building on fundamental issues that affect the state. And I guess security is one of them. I think it's time for him to walk his talk, to make it possible. And I thought, I followed the crisis of the meeting that couldn't hold, the enlarged meeting that couldn't hold yesterday. President is at liberty to meet with his governor, but at this hour, you will do better to look for more all-inclusive meeting.
I was going to say, allow me comment here.
Because the problem we have requires all-inclusive solution.
Mr. Aremu, a minute, Mr. Aremu,
yes,
let me come in here because I was going to say, a while ago, Chamberlain did say that irrespective of what office you hold at this point in time, we must all be on the same page, and it is very important. And we also know about hierarchy of needs and wants and what we should want at this point in time. And the question Sergio raised, which most Nigerians are also asking, is that if there was ever going to be any meeting, irrespective of what rights Mr. President does have in this case, it must be a meeting of all leadership people, people in leadership position. The first were the governors, the service chiefs, not to exclude some based on party affiliation. That is what Nigerians don't understand, because going from that particular report we saw now, parents are worried, Nigerians are worried, and we're not even getting the right information as to the whereabouts of these young girls.
Yeah, I mean, we're saying the same thing. You know,
no, because I thought you said Mr. Sergio was supposed to be
what I was saying is that it was bad enough that we've not gotten the all-inclusive meeting on time. In fact, we had a meeting along partisan line. I mean, that one is clear. That was bad enough. But I said it would be even worse enough that we also have partisan reaction. You get the point I'm saying? What I'm saying is that we need a statesman-like reaction. I mean, because one bad turn does not deserve another one at this hour. Okay. I partially agree with you. If you look at the 1999 Constitution, the fundamental objective of state and principle of state is for the security and welfare of citizens. In fact, fundamental objective of state, not of parties. You know, Constitution is clear. It's not talking of partisanship. It talks of the states. So all statesmen must be seen to be on duty.
We'll
and when you look at the level of casualties, it cut across all the divide.
Okay, well, we'll just go for the headline news now, but just hold your thought. We'll come back and continue on that one. Jackie Rogers is standing by with the headline news. Morning, Jackie.